Welcome back, folks, to Crusader Kings III. As always, I'm your host, JonTheBard of Bardcore Gaming, and wow. Last episode, for those who are not aware, we saw the passing of High King Fergal of Ireland, and now everything has turned into a complete and utter disaster. Yay! So Ireland here is still around, obviously. England and Wales were formed, also held by members of the Aida family. We still have our wars that we've got going on here, but I thought, and hear me out here as I kind of like break down my train of reasoning for this. I think what we're going to do right now is end this particular series. We've got the Fate of Iberia flavor pack coming out at the end of this month. I'm really excited for that. I'm also a little burned on Crusader Kings III right now, so I don't want to waste all of my energies in this campaign when we've got some brand new content on the way. So what we'll do is we're going to be focusing in this area here on the map with the next campaign. I know that for a fact. I don't know yet if I want to play as one of the new Muslim faiths, or if I want to play as one of the Spanish territories in Asturias or Navarra. I'm still kind of like mulling that over. I've got a couple weeks to do that with, but in the meantime, I do want to close out our chapter here with the Aida family, kind of go into observe mode and see what comes out of Ireland. Now, before I forget, I did promise Lily that I would show off the family tree. So we have 140 living members of this dynasty. All these people are all part of our dynasty. They all came from Fergal. This one even has claims on the Kingdom of West Francia. Interesting. So all those people were members of the family. If we take a look at the tree, which is here, oh, I can't see the rest of the family? That's silly. Oh, there we go. Okay. all all this family, every one of this everyone as a part of this family is from Fergal. Okay. The only one who predeceased Fergal was Afarek here, who died in childbirth at the age of 29. Who else here? Analaith died in childbirth at the age of 16. My daughter is the High Chiefess of Munster, apparently, for this character. Yep, my brother and rivals, King of England. We knew that. Yeah. Fergal died in battle at the age of 17. We remember that one. And that was it. So we're up to now, what, 4 generations? 1, 2, 3, yeah, 4 generations of Aida family members. Oh, look, there's a 5th one now starting too. So many family members. So the other thing I was thinking of as well, that I want to do with the new campaign, once we start it, is I want to include viewers in it as well. So viewers, those who have been watching this content here, I've been collecting names and will use those names as part of our family members in the new campaign. So I'm excited to do that as well. I think that'll be pretty nice to kind of include you all in it and kind of see where your characters go. So, that being said, I want to find out what happens to the Aida family here. So what we're going to do is, I don't think I can do it from here. I can't go into observe mode from here. So I'm going to have to exit and then disable Iron Man. Yeah, I believe so. So I'm going to exit here. I haven't done anything in the game. I'm going to load this guy here. How best to do this now? I think I have to do it from a modified version. Because if I modify it and then load in the game... Should have thought about this before I started recording, right? Yeah, no. No, I'm not that smart. Continue, we just go right into it. Loading would go into that as well. Yeah. So, I've got to modify the save file. I'll be right back. Also, before I forget, we did manage to get, in the end, we managed to get 19 achievements in that campaign, which is not bad. It's 22% of the total amount of achievements. We were shooting for 30, and we got 19. The one I really wanted that was just like taken from us at the very last moment was to go from being a count to an emperor. We were so close. I forget what the name of that achievement is. I think it's some sort of rise to power or rags to riches. Rags to riches. Starting as a count, lead your line to rule an empire. Technically, we could still do that if we wanted to, fighting England, fighting Wales again, and going through that whole process. I'm more curious to see if any one of our family members can do it for us. So what we're going to do now is we're going to... Iron Man's enabled in this mode? That can't be right. We're going to go into observe mode. So what I've done is I've gone into debug mode. I'm going to go into observe mode now. So all we're doing is we're just watching. We're just watching what's in front of us here. We'll see how it plays out. I'm really curious. We're going to speed things up to grade 5. And we're going to watch this map sort of transform before our eyes here. I'm going to include the rest of the map here as well so we can kind of get a glimpse of everything. And I'm going to move my head all the way in this corner over here so you can see as much of the map as possible. So let's see what happens here. It's December 31st, 1452. And as you can see here, the world has changed. Francia holds control over the Iberian Peninsula, France, and a good chunk of the western portions of Africa. In addition, they've laid claim to the entirety of Ireland and the majority of Scotland. Your question: is this a holder of an Aida family member? No. The Carlings hold control over Francia. Carling Rouen is the householder here. Sadly, we were not able to retain Ireland. So now your next question: what happened to the Aida family itself? Meet King Wolf III Sinhelmson of Scotland, of the Aida Ely family. This absolute Chad of a man, being a Herculean, beautiful, genius, fecund individual, is the highest reigning family member of the Aida family. He is the house head. Now, of the dynasty itself, they still also have Duke Lorien Isfeles of Gascogne, who is also a part of the Aida family member. He's also a genius, Herculean, and beautiful. and Fecund. So, all told, there are 941 living members of this dynasty. 49 houses have been formed. So these are all the different cadet branches of the house. Some of them have died out, living members being 0. The original house, House Aida, has 4 living members still here. The head of that house is Eugenia Mac Aida. Consecrated blood, genius, beautiful, Amazonian, fecund, and pregnant, but in a regular marriage. So those children will not be of the Aida family. So slowly but surely that line dies out. The house as a whole, though, continues to live on. The dynasty lives on in the cadet branches. But sadly, not the greatest performance of a family. The Carlings proved to be too powerful to be able to defend against. They just would not separate. They would not fight each other. And if there's no Carling infighting, it's very hard to make an impact against them. 103,000 troops here. The other surprise was the Byzantine Empire, which until about 1400 controlled all this territory that I'm circling here. All of it was part of the Byzantine Empire. Only recently, in the past 50 years, has it started to implode. But even then, it's still pretty damn strong. Under Emperor Ivan right now of the Byzantine Empire. Surprisingly, a group that did not make an impact that I thought would were the Mongols. When they came in mid-1200s, they managed to reach all the way into India over here, but then just as quickly, I'm talking less than 50 years, they were pushed back. So, not necessarily the strongholders as I thought they were going to be. Surprisingly, however, the religions. Catholicism obviously maintains a stronghold in Western Europe. Into Iberia, the Spanish territories, Muslim faith is being pushed out there. Insular Christianity is still around in some areas. Lollardism is in Iceland. But the Orthodox faith, because again of those Byzantines having such a long stronghold over the territories in Central Europe into Russia, like their faith just grew, in so much as they pushed out the Muslim faith from what was, holy territory for the Ashari, who's now forced into what is now like the Middle Eastern territories. Jerusalem was also formed, led right now by King Utuni IV of Jerusalem, Gedishi. It's Latin, so from an Italian area here. And for some reason, people kept giving the Pope lands, too, which was, I thought, a little weird. Like, the papacy holds territory in a variety of different places. It's a little weird. I wasn't really sure why they were doing that, but they did that. Otherwise, let's see. East Francia did collapse. That Carling group did collapse. Innsbruck kind of took over from that area. So that's why you've got Innsbruck there. Norway was formed. For a while, I thought Norway was going to be able to form Scandinavia, but they just weren't able to get the job done. And that's about it for the major players, I would say. King Enrico Lodi. So, if we take a look, for example, back at Scotland, and we go to the house Let me go to the dynasty tree. The Ed dynasty as a whole has over 10,000 renown. Just so you guys understand just how large this family is. And the reason why I'm not showing myself on camera right now is so that you can see everything. We keep going and going and going. I might break the game, actually. My game might break. If it does, then you know what happened. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. It's frozen. This might be it, folks. Oh, it did it. It did it. We got as far as King Dathal here, who died in 1180. So we've gone back about 300 years. Can we try for one more? We're going to try for one more. Let's see if this breaks my game. Oh! Okay, so we've gotten as far as Duke Dathal of Ulster committed suicide. 1116. Ugh. My game is starting to chug. Oh my god. So many family members. All right, that's enough out of that. I can't. It's not going to be able to do anything else. So there you go, folks. That was our Aida family. Not too bad. Not too bad. I really wish that we would have gotten more than just Scotland. Why did I end up in Scotland again? I think the game knows I have an affinity for Scotland. I don't know what it is, but I think it does. I think it knows. All right, folks. Our next campaign will be in the Iberian territories. If you have an opinion as to whether or not we should play as Catholic or Muslim, let me know in the comments. And otherwise, I will see you all next time.